Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today we're going to be trying to fix up this little Tomy robot here. This one is a Mr. Money automatic bank robot. So I believe you put money in here and then he tips it up. Looks like he puts it in his mouth, and I like this bit. Look at this, watch his eyes. Wah! Look at that. So I'm looking forward to doing this one. The eBay listing said that when they put the battery in it does nothing, and that's exactly what I've done. And yeah, doesn't matter if I wiggle that switch around, it's not doing anything. You can see there Tomy, and it says 1987 made in Singapore. So let's get it over to the blue mat. While I'm doing that, I'm going to show you the eBay listing. I paid £6.10 for this. I think it was up for £5. Put an offer in at £3, it was accepted, and I paid £3.10 postage. Now just show you the battery in here. They all look like lovely and clean, so it's definitely not a problem with corrosion there. And if I turn it on here, you can see it's not doing anything. I haven't watched a video on it, so I don't know how it works, but I'm thinking the weight of the coin makes that go in. But no matter what I do, it's not making any noises or doing anything. So let's take this apart and let's see what's going on the inside. Now this video today is sponsored by no other than the My Mate Vince Massive, and we have another new member this month. So we have Saturnine Cinema, Robert Hughes, Operational 117, KitDigital.com, Cassie Clark, and now Kip Hakes as well. So that's 6 members to this group, which is just unbelievable. So massive, massive thanks to them and all my other Patreons that make these videos doable. So we have 2 screws at the bottom, and that just looks like it takes off the feet. Ah! Oh, okay, of course, yeah, that's the switch. Right, well the wires go onto there, okay. So now, where are the other screws on this? Oh, hold on. I've just noticed there's some... What are these about here? Ah, maybe I was wondering why it doesn't sit very nice. Maybe it wobbles left and right when you put money in, because it looks like there's these little pushers or something here. Look at them. Looks like we've got sellotape up the top here in the shape of a cross. So does it just open up out this way? Or does the head come off? This top thing here? Right, well there is a little hole here. I wonder, is that how you take the lid off the top off? So let's get a little metal pry tool. Here we go. Excellent. Right, so now we've got more screws to undo. So I suppose we'll just undo everything, and then hopefully we'll get there. We will get there. Actually, I suppose just to save the comments, I should just check for continuity on this switch, because it might be just a problem with the on and off switch. I'm just going on the 2 contacts there where the wires are. And we have nothing there. Now let's turn it on. Ah, annoying. I think it's just a faulty switch. No, nothing there, and when we turn it that way, nothing there either. Ah, that's annoying. I think it is a faulty switch, but I want to see the inside of this anyway. The last Tomy robot I had was a faulty switch as well, the little dog. This now comes off. Right, is this just to make it spring? What's this bit here for? Can't see what that does. Right, so we can see how the eye mechanism moves when this... Oh, there you go, just on a little spring there. Let's just take out the axle back here. Okay, so that's off there. Okay, and this is the tongue here. So the tongue moves like so because of this moving round here. Oh, so it moves like that. Okay. So that arm doesn't move at all, but this one does. Well, that's the body out. Ah, so look, when you push the arm down, it must join these two contacts here, which then starts it off. And it does move like this. Look, can you see there's another little motor here? So that would spin, which would make it, yeah, that must make it wobble when that goes round there. Like that. And that must be for a sound effect, is it? Like a clicking sound. So we've got the motor here, I can just see the end of it. Let's take it apart a little bit further. Oh, of course, and this moves up to knock the head off when it gets, to knock the head up to open the mouth when it gets money in the hands. Right now, purely because I watched Randy Rain's video on the little spot bot that I did before, I'm guessing that this is the programming wheel here. So this is the thing that controls every other movement on it. So this will just be spinning continuously and everything else will be operating from that. Yeah, there we go. Similar in fact to the spot bot. So you've got the internal one here, you've got some gears here, and also can you see you've got this thing here as well, like this ramp that goes up and then drops. So the ramp that goes up and drops must be something to do with this button here. Again, I don't know what that button is for. And then we have the, this is feeding this one here, so this is the one that's running the programming wheel here. And then this top bit here, when it reaches these top teeth, is turning this thing, which turns the tongue. Okay. And now looking at the programming wheel, I can see that on these bits here, that these are both independent of each other. And can you see these little bits that stick out? So it will allow them to move like that. Well, look at the programming wheel. It also has stuff on the top, so not just underneath, but on here as well. Can you see that this one is going to be able to be pushed up, and then, I don't know if it's sprung loaded or not, but it's going to be pushed up from these bits here on this level, and then the level on top of that will go onto that ring there. Yep, and also have a look here. Let's take those off. So basically here we're going to have a contact here and here, which will be broken when we're on this part of the programming wheel here, but then it's only broken for that tiny little bit. The rest of the way it's together. So I wonder, does this indicate the end of the cycle? You know, when it's on a full circle it breaks it here. So from the battery we got the black lead going, it looks like it's going straight into the motor. and then we've got the red lead going up to here, which then goes down to the switch, but it also goes across to this switch here. So there's like two switches on it. This switch is controlled by us, this switch is controlled by the programming wheel. Then from here it comes up here. This should be, I think, soldered onto that contact here. So when the contact makes here, hold on, when the contact makes here, that's also bypassing this switch here, isn't it? Yeah, because we're connecting that directly to that. So that switch will then put power through to here, and if these two are touching, well, even if these two are not touching, this is still going to go straight into the motor via the white one. So it looks like there's 3 different switches on this. 2 of them are done, one's done by the weight of the coin, one's done by the programming wheel, and one is done by us. So right now I'm a little bit confused at exactly how this works, if I'm honest with you. So I'm coming to you from the future now. I'm editing up this video, and now I fully understand how these wires work. So we know that this is the battery here, and we know if we brought these 2 wires from the battery straight to the motor, it would work all the time. Well, that's exactly what's happening when you use this switch down here. This is a demo switch which is making this work all the time. So when we have the demo switch on, it travels from the battery here into this contact, which goes to the switch, then goes through the switch, which is always on, through to here, and down this white wire into the motor, so the motor's working all the time. When this is off, we need to rely on kick-starting it by pressing down the button, the arm that's got the coin on it, and that will then join these 2 contacts here. So from the battery here, it's live on this contact here. When you press down on the arm, it makes this contact live, which travels down this orange wire to here and down this white wire into the motor. So the motor's already moving now once you put this arm down. So this programming wheel has already turned around, let's say, a centimetre or 2. Then this arm is now dropped back into the normal position, and these 2 are not live anymore. But it doesn't matter, because now these 2 are live, because the programming wheel has turned around away from this notch, so this is now in contact with this. So look, battery now is live going down the green wire to here, picks up this one here, which travels straight down the white wire into the motor. So now we've got the black from the battery going to the motor, and now we've got the red from the battery going via the green to here via the white into the motor, which makes the circuit. As soon as this does 1 revolution, it meets this gap here, it breaks the contact here, and then it stops working. So it's really clever how that works. Clever but simple. Let's get back to the video. So I think I understand it about as much as I'm ever going to, so let's put it back together, and then we can fix the thing which is faulty, which is the tiny little power switch. Oh, this is here because this is where it gets pushed up from. You know those 2 levers I showed you earlier? They push it up from here. Right, that's him back together. I'm not going to put the lid on back yet, just in case he doesn't work. Now let's have a look at the switch, which is the actual fault. Now luckily it's one that could be opened very easy because we have these little tabs down here. Oh, okay, yeah, so it's just a very crude way of doing it. It's just these two contacts here, and when you move this here, it just moves. So 100% we will be able to get it working. We just have to make these more springy and also clean this up a bit, because can you see this one here? Looks just a tiny little bit oxidized along the edges there. Because if this is from 1987, which is what the bottom says, 1987, then what we're looking at there, 33 years old. Right, there we are. Now let's make this more springy here. There you go, you can see I'm just lifting it out a little bit. Yeah, it's all perfectly clean. So that should work now. Just notice that actually the slits here are bigger than those ones there, so it can only go back on one way. Just going to use some stronger pliers to force these tabs down. Now let's see if that's going to work. Right, so we've got continuity there. And now turn it off. And nothing. So it looks like the switch is now working. Yeah, perfect. Right, let's put it back in here and get the legs back on. Let's pop a battery in him. Oh, he's already off. Right, so let's leave him on. Hold on now. Oh, he chews. Oh, and his tongue comes out to lick his lips. Oh, that's pretty clever. Now, does he stop? Hold on a minute. What do I have to do to the back here? On or off? Oh, that must be on for the demo. Now when it's off, it will only work when you put a coin in. Ah, that's what it is. I'll show you properly in a minute. Fantastic, and that's how he ends up, just like that. Yeah, I'm not sure about this tongue sticking out like this, you know, so I'm going to watch a video or an advert on one of these to see if that tongue should be in or out when it's at rest. I watched the video and yes, that is definitely inside when it finishes there. So let's take it apart and rotate that all the way around. Oh, I wonder how you do rotate this around. Oh, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's put the battery in, make it work, and wherever it stops, that's where we will have the tongue set so it goes in. Also gives us an opportunity to see how it works. Okay, so that's the stepping at the bottom there. This is the head going up and down. Then it fully opens. Right, so it ends there. Let's do it again and see if it still ends there. Yeah, so it does 2 revolutions and stops. So that's easy enough. Yeah, is that correct there? It's going round. Let's do it again. Yeah, that's it. Do you know what? Tomy toys are extremely clever. I mean, when you kind of get your head around it, which I haven't fully on this one, but it's simple when you understand it. But to think again, it's doing all these different things from one motor is It's pretty special. Right, now I can pop the lid back on. There we go, and now I'm going to give them a good clean up. Right, there he is, lovely and clean. Let me show you him working. Here we have him. So he's not on demo mode. On demo mode he just works all the time. But I've got my life savings just back here. Now, here we go. Get his eyes. And it drops. Perfect. Do you know what? The tongue is just genius. Let's see how he copes with a pound. So that is it for this video. Probably more of a tea break repair because it was just a simple little thing. But yes, I could have fixed it within a couple of minutes of just testing that switch. But it's still nice to see the inside. I don't fully understand everything on the inside, but I understand more than I did beforehand with the programming wheel and stuff like that. So yeah, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe for more trying to fix videos. So let me just play you out now with one last go.
We wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.